Hello, everyone. Let's talk about the three biggest mistakes that I see life coaches making on their discovery calls. All right, so just to clarify, a discovery call is a free call that you do with a potential client to see if what they're presenting with will be a good fit based off what you're selling. And it doesn't matter what you're selling. Maybe it's a workshop, a retreat, a group program, one-to-one offer. You have to sell some type of container that's going to help transform your clients' lives. And you usually do this in the form of a discovery call, or also known as a sales call. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive into the top three mistakes that I see life coaches making on their discovery calls. The first one is focusing too much on your own insecurities. So this may sound like, is the client going to be able to afford to work with me? Are they even going to say yes to work with me? Do they even know what a life coach is and does? And what if I say the wrong thing? What if I come off as too salesy and icky and slimy and pushy and sounding like a used car salesman? And it's just basically like all these worries and fears that you're putting on yourself. And the problem with this is you're getting really stuck in your head and you're taking the focus off of your potential client and you're putting it all onto yourself. And we suffer the most when we focus on ourselves. Right? I'll say that again. We suffer the most when we focus on ourselves. So the solution to this is I want you to create some sort of mindset pre-ritual to do before you get on your sales calls. I still do this 5 years later. And what you do is you take about like 10 to 15 minutes and you do some sort of activity that's going to get you in a higher vibrational state. So maybe that's like put on a power outfit, do your hair, makeup, wear heels, something that makes you feel like a boss and the CEO. You can say mantras and affirmations. One of my favorite one is people are so fucking excited to pay my prices. Another thing you can do is you can listen to inspirational podcasts or watch YouTube videos. You can message your coach. So just something that's going to help you to feel better and trust yourself, trust your potential client, get out of your head and stop worrying about things that you can't control. Because when you show up to your calls with that low vibrational energy and worrying too much, it takes the fun out of sales and you're not able to powerfully serve your client and hold space for them. And that is starting off on the wrong foot with creating a powerful coach-client relationship. So I promise, take those just 10 minutes before you get on your next sales call, choose an activity that's going to help to quickly shift your mindset, and you are going to be so grateful that you did this. Okay, the second mistake that I see life coaches usually making on their discovery calls is not actually making an offer and inviting the potential client to work with them. Especially for women, a lot of times we get scared. We get scared to put ourselves out there and to be bold. And you can't assume that people know how to work with you. Right. So, what this can sound like, and this is usually what I say on my sales calls after I've asked my potential client all the questions that I need to know. I've taken a lot of notes, and then I've determined like, okay, I really would like to enjoy working with this person, and based off the goals that I'm hearing, I know they'd be a good fit for me. So, this is something that I would say the potential client in front of me is. Hey, so and so. So based off what I'm hearing you say, it sounds like we could get you X, Y, and Z results through my program. And so how we would do that is by working one-to-one together. Are you open to me telling you about my coaching program and how it would work for you at this time? Right. And then I pause, I let them say yes, and then I dive into the details of my coaching program and then address any objections that may come up and any other questions from there. But as you can see, I just confidently and boldly put myself out there saying like, I think we'd be a great fit together to work together. I want to work with you. This is how we can work together. And you have to do that. You have to be clear and confident and actually invite them to work with you, because otherwise this could just come off as like a friendly catch-up call or a coaching call. And that's not what this is. This is a sales call to determine if you're a good fit to work with each other. And the third mistake that I see life coaches making on their discovery calls is not following up with the maybes. So obviously, if a person is yes, you're going to tell them the details of what to do to get started, and they'll sign the contract and pay you to get started. If they're a no, right, respect that and let them go on their way. But most of the time, you're going to get a lot of maybes, and that's okay. I still get a lot of maybes after doing this for 5 years. You didn't do anything wrong. Sometimes people just need some time to process and decide and talk with their partner and make sure they have the funds and everything. So that's okay if you get maybes by the end of the call, but don't just forget about the person. Schedule a follow-up call with them 2 days later. And then if there's still a maybe after that, you can schedule another follow-up call or keep in touch with them. I usually follow up with someone every 1 to 2 weeks via email until I get some sort of answer from them. And a lot of times, people are going to ghost you and you're not going to hear from them. And it doesn't mean that they don't like you or you said the wrong thing or did something wrong. It's just that this is a big decision. You have to remember that to spend thousands of dollars and work intimately with someone for 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, it's a really big decision. And it's, they're going to be opening up to you about their deepest desires and fears, and just try not to make this about you. I actually recently I have a new client. She just signed up this week, but we did our discovery call a month ago, and I barely heard from her the past month. And I was kind of like, oh no, she's not going to say yes, and something got in the way. And so I just followed up with her a couple times, and then she ended up admitting like, okay, I'm so sorry, Krista, this has taken so long, but I had to move some money around, and I'm going to use money from my school loans. And then my husband wasn't on board at first, so we had to have a lot of different conversations. And so all this was happening behind the scenes, and I didn't know it, but part of my brain wanted to tell me like, oh, she's not interested, or she's not ready to follow through on her goals at this time. And that wasn't the case at all. So we can tend to make up all these stories in our head, and you don't want that to happen. So keep following up with them until they give you a response. Okay, so just to quickly go over again, the top 3 mistakes that I see life coaches making on their discovery calls is focusing too much on their own insecurities, is not making an actual offer, and not following up with the maybes. So let me know in the comments below what was most useful for you from this video today. I would love to know what you learned. And then also, just to let you all know too, we did open up enrollment for our fall coach training program this fall. Woohoo! We're so excited. We have a couple spots left, and I want to show you all something really cool that you would get in our program. So the first 3 months, we're going to teach you how to be a really amazing transformational life coach. In the last 3 months, we're going to teach you all the business and sales skills you'll need. And so you'll get this discovery call checklist here. So we went over some of it today in the video, but the type of questions you can ask on a discovery call, how to address objections, and a lot of other great things that you would need to have a really powerful discovery call and to hire clients and actually make money as a life coach. So just go ahead and click on the website below, buildyourlifecoachingbiz.com, and read through all the info there. You can apply there on the sales page. And then once I get your application, we'll have an interview. We'll get to actually meet. I'll answer all of your questions about the program. And then if it's a good fit, you will get an invitation for the fall program to join us. So hopefully I get to be your personal coach and trainer and mentor over the next 7 months, and I can help you to build a wildly thriving, abundant life coaching business. I can't think of anything else that would bring me greater joy in life. So thanks again for watching my content, and cheers to you for being an amazing coach. All right, bye everyone.